This is a wrong understanding where we have to feel angry to bring about change. Definitely, corruption or anything else, something not going well in the society will cause anger. If the change that you expected is not coming, what's going to happen to you? You see, problems are also on the rise at the micro level, at the macro level. But still, we as humanity are continuing to be very shallow and lost and still not bringing attention to true transformation. Because if anything has to change, we have to change because we are the greatest asset on this planet. But unfortunately, this asset today is more and more lonely, more and more sad, more and more unhappy, more and more lost. And this needs to change. So, one of the most important things that Shri Preetaji and I go around doing is bringing about this change and making people understand how to address your problems by living in a beautiful inner state. Because once you learn to live in that state, you are very, very strong. You're weak because you are in a very stressful state.
Namaste, Guruji.
Namaste.
Negative states such as anger or
Yes.
frustration will force you to act.
Yes.
Like I might be very angry with the government being corrupt.
Yes.
Now, if I'm not angry and I'm peaceful about it, then we're not driving change.
Yes, please sit down. So, this is, I would say, a wrong understanding where we have to feel angry to bring about change. Definitely, corruption or anything else, something not going well in the society will cause anger. That is why we are emotional human beings. The same thing will not cause anger to a cat or a dog, but we as human beings, we will move into anger. But what you will see is as you're addressing this from anger, and if the change that you expected is not coming, what's going to happen to you? Yeah. More and more anger, and then you are going to destroy yourself before the system changes. So, the strength, the actual strength, Buddha once said, anger is like a hot stone that you're carrying in your palm, wanting to throw it on the other to burn that person down, not realizing you are getting burnt first. Anger is you are getting burnt first. Understand that the greatest strength and the new way of learning should be able to understand this, solve this problem of corruption or whatever it is from a state of tremendous courage and peace and calmness, which is not destroying you. So, one of the teachings that we go into, which I cannot go into here, is the differentiation between problem and suffering. So, the example you said is there is a problem and I'm moving into suffering. The teaching we give is there is a problem and you don't need to move into suffering. You can still address this problem without getting angry. Anger will come, but you can resolve this and then address that same problem, which will actually make you tremendously strong.
But can you even figure out what the problem is without suffering, without anger?
Yes, absolutely. Because problem is always information, right? So if you have enough information, you can figure out what the problem is. Today we have enough information why two countries are fighting. You can continue to fight or you can stop fighting because there is enough information. That's what AI is doing. AI is basically gathering unbelievable amount of information. Therefore, it's able to solve cancer that you and I could not solve for all these years. So, coming back, yes, problem will move you into suffering, but response to that problem need not be from suffering. Because certain big problems will take time to change. But before that changes, if you're going to be burnt out, then you won't exist to solve that problem. And again, going back to science, anger will make you less intelligent. Because every time you're in anger, you will give the same response. You will shout the same way, you will act the same way. So certain problems will need a creative way of solving it.